And here we are at a convenient spawn location. I think I've got lights, yeah? I have. And why have I got this car here? Because it spawned here, firstly. But secondly, because the bland cruiser, as I've called it, has to fail at tackling a hill. But still, we can tackle this hill, and we can just get up here like no problem. No, nothing's broke or anything. It breaks a winch, but I can climb over the train tracks as well with this, which is what I want to do. It's intended to be an off-roader. Oh dear. I say that, it's like, don't you dare take me off-road, you evil, evil man. As you'll see, we have 8 seats, and the bland... Whoa! That was not a very bland respawning. You see here though, it does tackle the train. It's set up deliberately to be very high and very soft on the suspension. It has I think it's independent suspension because it has a little doodad for each wheel. So that makes handling quite good for how high this thing is, I guess you could say. Although there's still a ladder of sorts. Maybe not the most laddery of ladder frames, but there is a ladder under there. And it's aluminium bodied, but steel on the actual ladder chassis. So that's good for weight overall management. You'll see here, oh, it gets very scary and very tippy, but that's okay because it's not really designed as a road car. It's designed more for a rock crawling experience. You'll see, it looks odd. It looks a bit like a tractor and it sounds a bit like a tractor. That's because the airplane engine was able to fit in my 3-stud wide engine bay very, very easily. And because, well, it looks like a tractor because there's no wide body or anything to justify the extra track caused by the wheels, and thus it looks very strange and very tall. I don't think it's as tall as it looks, although it definitely is tall. This is when I've raised the driving position, and bobbing here still does look very, very low. We've got a nice touch on the steering wheel. We've got some seats there, as I went through before. I must have misplaced that block. I'm sorry about that. It looks very unprofessional now, but still, it is done. It is placed there. I'll probably fix it. I didn't record raising the driving position, it didn't seem necessary, and now I think of it, it's like a really weird high position Formula 1 car with those wheels bobbing about. Oh dear. Not what you would typically think of, but you'll see that. As long as I was careful, I was able to make that dirt track no problem. And it does top out at very low speeds. Or it might seem very low speeds if you've just been in a normal car. Come on, oh dear. Yep, didn't tip over there. And it's a challenge not to tip over in this if you're trying to accelerate over a lumpy road like this. But if you're gentle, if you give it some time, it's fine. And this is still quicker than a lot of vehicles. Remember, it's got the aeroplane engine, which is ridiculously overpowered for any kind of road vehicle. So that's a consideration. And I am driving with 3 wheels. I think for now, I'll throw it off the cliff. You see the roof doesn't deform very well, but it's designed to be kind of a land cruiser, so it would never have been renowned for its crash safety. That has to be said. There's a ladder frame though in all its glory, you can see it. Oh, I did say in all its glory, but it's not actually in all its glory, is it? There's got to be a more glorious way to see a ladder frame. Either way, the winch was directly attached to the chassis as well, as you might have been able to notice. It just fell off there, but it was attached to that point on the front. Okay, so here we have the bland cruiser again on the city map. Well, it's got one change, which is I've let 0.2 psi, whatever it is, out of each tyre to hopefully make it handle a little better on the road and make it roll a little less. Because I noticed when it had deflated tyres, it was handling slightly better. And yeah, the idea is to minimise that. I've already flipped it over though, so, you know, I've not evidenced what I've done well. There we go, there's a hit into the kaboom container. Gas canister, that's it. Or fuel canister, as I guess you could call it. And I'm around this area mainly because I want to show how it does off-roading, which is quite well. I mean, on-roading it does horrendously. As you'll see, I'm getting it all over the place. But off-roading, like we are doing now, it's actually pretty good at. Not high-speed off-roading. It is more of a crawler than anything, but it's actually good at climbing and stuff. And there is another thing I will show you a little later. I've smashed part of the front off via winch. Didn't need it anyway. We'll get away with it. Now, under really heavy hits, it did tend to burst tyres. I'm not sure if lowering the PSI has done anything about that. Probably not, no. Both of them have punctured. Oh dear, please don't roll over. I can't see what I'm doing. And I'm getting brain lag and talking behind everything that actually happens. Oh dear, drift. Oh, that was actually quite well held drift, I will admit. More of a wide donut though, and no, I don't want to fall off the map. Oh, that isn't the edge of the map, but it did look like it. Ooh, what's this here? Let's go investigate. No, it's just a hill that's not quite been finished. Anyway, if we reset the vehicle just here, like we can climb back up and, oh dear, hopefully show off another feature of this vehicle that I think is quite amusing. I just have to really find my way around without rolling this. Oh dear, you'll get the idea. It's quite poor with the rolly stuff. I probably should put a plastic roof on or something just to help keep the weight low. I believe this is made of aluminium or aluminium and steel. The chassis is made of steel, the body's made of aluminium. Here we have it. Here we have the railway, and where most cars would get destroyed by it, we can just climb over it. It was better still that time because I didn't lose my winch. That's probably the first time that I've tried to go across and I've not lost the winch. However, this means we don't have to go to a crossroad to get run over by a train. I can just, you know, drive it onto here, presumably, and the train will come. No! Well, I've lost the tyre, but that's not the end of the world. I lost the tyre and a winch, but we can still get hit by the train, which is conveniently right here, right now. There we go. A bit of a slow introduction to the train. It's taken a whole load of the side panels off. I mean, it's quite agricultural in the respect of side panels. There's just not a lot there. And are we going to... Ooh, we hit the train again. That's rare. And we've maintained all our wheels. This thing, one thing I really noticed about it, it loves to lose one of the front wheels. You can drive it surprisingly well on 3 wheels though. And hey, we've fixed the handling. It suddenly handles so much better. Thanks, train. It's not normal you get a car hit by a train to improve the handling. And yeah, there we go. To evidence my point exactly, it drives well with 3 wheels. It doesn't climb across train tracks well with 3 wheels, but you can still kind of control it with 3 wheels. It's much like the hopper in BeamNG. You drive, it's the closest thing I've built to that vehicle. Probably the closest thing I've experienced, even including things in the workshop. Because, to be honest, if anyone else built this, it would be a million times better, yes, but it wouldn't maintain the, let's say, sketchy handling characteristics of a high-speed hopper. And I think we're going to just finish this off by taking it for a jump over here. And then the next thing we can do, we can get some vehicles, we can blow it up, we can do all kinds of mean things to this vehicle. Exit stage right. Okay, we have a house! Let's go attack it! Oh yes. I think we can say the house might have come out of that the best. I don't know though. The front has suffered some serious damage. However, that was not what I was originally intending to do. I was just like, hey, we've got a huge heavyweight house to potentially smash this vehicle with. No, I was thinking of getting the winch and attaching it. So if I can go and reset this, it's Control R on the keyboard. I know that for sure. And we can grab that. Attach it to the house. Well, actually, no, disengage. Can I engage it to a specific piece? Because it seems to be going off center. No, it just seems to like going off center. Okay. That seems like a solid enough mounting point though to me. I think I've mounted it to the, what's it, tungsten? So we should be able to tow it with our V8 powered house. And then we should be able to, I don't know, see what it's like after all of the towing. Oh, I think it's got the handbrake on. I think that's hurting it. Oh! No, my house hasn't tipped over as well because I've added loads of heavyweight bits underneath. Oh, come on. I think we've pulled the winch off. And I would have liked to pull it over a hill, but you've seen what happens when you take it over a hill at high speeds. It just falls apart. It's not a tough vehicle. But still, now I think we can get some more speed up. And yes, indeed, we can smash this. Oh, come on. Oh, what? Did we just fly over it? Oh, dear. That was just crazy. I mean, we flew over a off-roader in a drivable house. It's not every day you say that, and I'm sorry I missed that completely on camera, but it just pushed it along. Yeah, I think the basic chassis and body is reasonably tough, but then it will still fall off if you pressure it enough. Okay, so I've brought out the Nautilac Nautigator. Yeah, that's it, Nautigator, it says on the back. It is a parody, essentially, of the Lincoln Navigator and the, not Chevrolet, the Cadillac Escalade. Yeah, why did my mind take so long to recall that? Anyway, this thing can actually get up to some quite high speeds and controllably as well. So, even though it's powered by a V6 of all things, we can smash it at high speed with this. And, oh dear. Yep, as you can tell, this thing is tough. This thing is still working. Admittedly, if you smash it low down, the engine can kind of get pushed off the chassis. But this way, while we're hitting quite high mounted Land Cruiser things, well, bland cruisers as they're called, yeah, it's tough. And the thing is falling to pieces, but we need to smash it some more. We need to employ the derby tactic of hitting it in reverse. Yeah, this thing took a load of effort and time to make. That thing is just really a side project, I guess, in comparison. Oh dear. Yep, this will roll. Mind, this rolling is nowhere near as bad as that, because, whoa, my bland cruiser, when it rolls because it wants to roll. This rolls because I'm not treating it with the respect it deserves. There's kind of a difference. Anyway, this also has a ladder frame, so, you know, we've seen a ladder on ladder collision, I guess you could say. There's a V6. Yeah, a ladder. That's what a ladder looks like. I can probably show this one round here. There is kind of a chassis rails. The same basic principles apply between the two, only this one is just better in every way, quite frankly. And, you know, that's all I've got to say. I think we could shoot at this. Yes, that's all we can really do. We've done about as much damage otherwise as we can do to this. And it still works! Oh dear. It still rolls onto its wheels and functions. I'll give it that. For all the hate I give this car, it does that one thing well. There's the plane inline 4 engine I used at the front because it fits well in the platform. Anyway, off to get a shooty thing. Okay, so here I have a monster truck of sorts that I've kind of built for my car I never really liked and never used that much. But it does have plenty of guns on, so we can shoot at it. I don't need to run it over because I've already done that with a house and it would be kind of pointless. We can destroy the garage though at the same time. But yeah, it doesn't hold up very well. I think we can conclude that. We can then run it over as if it's not had enough torture already. Oh, come on, steer! I can't remember what engine this has got, but you actually sit kind of down there in the chassis for better protection. Yeah, it's about the most tank-like vehicle I've built, let's say that much. Which is perfect for destroying this. Yeah. City destruction! Yay! No, not quite, but still. Oh no, I'm on fire! Why do I always have to end these episodes on fire? Why? I think it's my character as well, kind of in the vehicle. No! Right, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. No, let me out. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Help. Help, I'm stuck. Right, let's try this again. No! It just won't let me free. Cheat. I'm still on fire, though. Anyway, back to where we were going. I'm on fire. Not anymore. But yeah, you can cause a big mess with this vehicle if you want. So, has that window survived amazingly? Where everything else is on fire? Or has it burned? No, it survived. Ah, you will be my shield. Anyway, I will back into here and you will protect me. No, they probably won't protect you that way. But still, there's our monster truck. There's our, well, what's left of a Land Cruiser. There's what's left of the buildings. So I'll say, with this, goodbye until another day.